Have you heard the story of Three Little Pigs? Have you? Yeah! Well, before we tell the story, you know the first pig built his house of straw, the second pig built his house of wood, and the third pig built his house of brick. And also in this story, in true pantomime style, there is a baddie, the big bad wolf. Woo! Well, I'm going to play all the characters this morning, and I'm going to do it like Tommy Cooper, alright? So I'm going to be a big bad wolf, just like that. Just like that. I'm also going to be the pig. Just like that. Alright? Okay. So, you know, familiar story. The pig, the first pig, he built his house made of straw. And it was a lovely house. Window boxes, everything, nice garden fence, the lot. And he loved that little house, and he was very content. And he sat in that little house, and he just minded his own business. And then one day, there was a knock at the door. He thought, who's that? Who's that? I'm reading my paper. Who's that? Hey, I'm going to ignore it. It's a Sunday. It's my day of rest. And he kept going. And he said, who's that? I'm going to have to get out the door. So he goes to the door. And it's the wolf. He said, who is it? He says, the wolf. He said, what do you want? He said, I want to come in. He said, you're not coming in. He says, the pig says, you're not coming in. The wolf said, oh yes I am. The pig said, oh no you're not. And the wolf said, well look, if you don't let me in, I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house down. The pig said, you can huff and puff all you like, you're not coming in. And the wolf said, right, I've warned you. He said, I don't care. He said, so the wolf, he huffed and puffed, and he blew the house down. And the pig ran out of the garden gate, he ran to the other pig's house, which was made of wood. And the wolf said, I wonder where he's gone. I bet he's gone to his friend's house made out of wood. So, in another day, and the two pigs were sat there in the wooden house, minding their own business, and there was a knock at the door. The pig said, who's that? I said, no. And the other pig said, I bet it's a big black wolf. He said, it might be. They went to the door, and sure enough, it's a big black wolf. And the big black wolf said, let me in. And the pig said, you're not coming in. The wolf said, oh yes I am. He said, oh no I'm not. He said, if you don't let me in, I'm going to blow the house down. The pig said, he said the pig said, no, what's the wolf or the pig? No, it's a pig. No, it's a wolf. And the wolf said, I'm going to blow your house down. And the pig said, oh no you're not. Anyway, the wolf off the puff, blew the house down, and the pigs ran out the back door and went to the other house. And now 3 pigs in one house, not a lot of room. And so the wolf said, I'm going to go there. And he went, and then he went to the other house. No, the wolf went home, and the owl came along and said, stop bullying those pigs. The wolf said, none of your business. He said, those pigs are friends of mine. He said, I don't care if they're friends, you'll clear off. So the owl went, you leave those pigs alone. The fox said, clear off. So the owl cleared off. So he went to the owl, he knocked on the door, and what was this? And the cow came to the door. He said, what do you want? He said, who are you? He says, I'm the cow. He said, I've got the wrong house. And the cow said, clear off, you're not coming in. The wolf said, I've had enough of this. I need a drink. So he went, and Ron went out and he had a drink. He had a bit of vodka. And all night he was drinking his vodka because he had enough of this and he just said, oh. And then next day he thought, I'll go and get those pigs. I've had enough. So he went and he stank a little bit. And he came to house and he knocked on the door. And the big elephant came to the door. The wolf said, "Oh, well, I've had too much to drink." He said, I'm sure I just saw a pink elephant. And he looked again, and sure enough, there was a pink elephant. He said, "I've definitely had too much to drink." He said, "I've had enough of this," he said. "I'm going to get those pigs, the last thing I'll do." So he went to the house and went, and the pig came to the door. And all three pigs said, "What do you want?" He said, I don't know what he said. He had a few too many. He said, is that the pigs? He said, "Yes, the pigs." He said, "Let me in or I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house down." And the pig said, "No, you're not." He said, "Yes, I am." Now, I'm not know whether I'm the pig or the wolf at the moment. Oh, yeah, I'm the pig. And the pig said, "We get a bucket of water and we boil it up, and then that wolf comes down the chimney. If he tries to break the door, we're going to boil him alive." But first of all, he said, I'm going to huff and puff and blow your house down. And he huffed and puffed, and he couldn't blow the house down. And he tried, he said, "I've had too much to drink," he said. And he puffed up, but he still couldn't blow the house down. He says, "Oh, I've had a look at this. I want to join another nursery rhyme. I want to go and do Jack and Jill, but that's simpler." Anyway, he climbed up. I'm on the pig or no, on the wolf. So he climbed up the ceiling, and he got to the chimney, and a pig was down below, and they had a big fire, and they had a big tumble, and the wolf. And he climbed up, and he fell down the chimney, and he went in this pot of water. Ow! Oh! And it burnt his bottom. That wall, he went running down the road like that. And the three little pigs, they lived happily ever after in a wooden house with a nice garden and a nice fence, just like that.